Hey you, have you ever tried to drop a ring or any sort of cylindrical thing down a chain or maybe even a bead or a string for that matter, and you've noticed how it just falls through? Don't you wish it were to catch itself? Well, what if I were to tell you it can?
Because physics.
So what do I mean just dropping it normally? Well, what I mean is this. That sucks, it's boring. So let's check out the cooler way to do it.
Now, my way. Isn't that cool? Again in slow motion. That's a lot better.
So, remember, there's some physics behind all of this. So, what's the physics? Well, we need to break it apart frame by frame, scene by scene. So let's start with at rest. So at rest, the only thing acting on the washer at this moment in time is the force of gravity and the normal force being applied by your fingers holding up the washer in place. The force of gravity is pulling the washer down, and again, your fingers are in the opposite direction, keeping it at rest in a stable position.
Now on to the moment of release. This is where it differs from a normal drop, because only one of the normal forces from your fingers are being released, creating a pivot point at the other one, causing rotational motion, as there is still a force of gravity being applied.
So now moving on to the mid-spin portion of the rotation. So we have to think now, as it's already fallen and we're about halfway through the fall, that it has a lot of friction now from the chain because it's rubbing against it, as well as the gravity still pulling it down. In addition to that, we have to also look at the chain itself, because now the chain has a little bit of a torque being applied on it, because now there's a transfer of energy from the washer to the chain itself, causing the chain now to almost whip up like that.
On to the part where the chain actually flips around the washer. We're dealing with a lot of energy transfer from the washer to the chain due to the friction from the two in contact rubbing against each other, and this is causing a flip because the washer is acting as a pivot point for the chain, which causes the rotational motion.
So now, right before it's back at rest, we have a lot of tension to deal with. So at this very moment, the tension is being pulled because the washer or the chain has hooked itself around the washer and it's pulling it up just like that. So all of that energy, all the impulses, there's a bunch of impulse, so there's a lot of change in momentum here, because now the washer is being stopped by the chain itself. So then you can kind of see it too in the image itself. The chain's a little bit wobbly, just like that. In addition, since the washer is a little bit skewed to the left like that, there's going to be a little bit of rotational motion implied in order to get it back to a straight, even level, which you'll see soon.
Now the chain and washer are back at rest, as there is a force of gravity and a tension which are equal and opposite of each other that are causing it to not move at all.
Now, since we have a clear understanding of what's going on, let's take a look at the video again and see if you understand. If you guys like the video, make sure to smash that notification bell, like, subscribe, join the channel. If you want more fitness content, make sure to subscribe to BG, Real Gaming, Rusty Gamer, Braxton Gaming. Like it, share it, whatever. Give us an A. I think it was a pretty good explanation, and it's also a pretty cool experience.